just an author writing in her 20s. And this author, like every other author, faces that writer's block sometimes. I used third person again, I said I wouldn't do that. I hope my voice sounds as okay as I think it sounds. Welcome to today's podcast-ish video. It's the holiday season, and with group projects and exams and work and family meetings, I've lately found less time to write. Not entirely because my schedule is packed, but because I get a little tired, especially from editing last week's almost 30-minute video. My battery runs out, and I know it's important to rest, recharge, and get inspired, but now I'm ready to get into it big time. I'm feeling the urge to write 5,000 words in a day. I'm watching all these author tubers go through their ups and downs, and I'm ready to get back into the game. And before I plunge into that, I thought I'd spread the good cheer and tell you the things that inspired my latest desires to write. Thing number 1, being an antisocial writer. Sometimes I get the dreaded imposter syndrome. I know you're not supposed to compare yourself to others, but sometimes it just happens. On the flip side of things, watching others who are better than you can inspire you to improve, and oddly, being a creepy, ghostly writer, just kidding, and floating through my comments and others' comments to look at other writers' journeys inspires me. I've been receiving so many kind words in my AuthorTube newbie tag video, especially, and just hearing about other stories and beginnings really makes me happy. In fact, a few hours ago, I got some comments that snatched me right out of my motivation-less void. They helped me get out of bed and actually plan this video. This is a more personal thing, but I've never been in a writer community other than a club at my high school, and I've been meaning to join my university's club, but I haven't broken out of my shell yet enough to just casually walk in. So this is a happy medium. Binge watching others' writing journeys, scrolling through comments, and just soaking in the good vibes like SpongeBob SquarePants is the very first thing on my list. I love all on my list equally. This video does not present them in a specific order, FYI. Thing number 2, reading my work in progress's best quotes. Being writers, we always love to look back on our writing, whether that be our unfinished sci-fi novel hidden in the depths of our middle school email account. Just me? Okay. Or our latest work in progress. We love looking back on our journey. One of my favorite things to do is look at my quotes from my latest book because it helps me rekindle my excitement for that story. Not that the Kindle was ever an unlit wick in the first place, but especially the dynamics between my two main characters, the tension and romance and witty banter. Okay. I'm getting inspired by just talking about it because when I read my writing, sometimes I surprise myself. Like, do you ever just write or read your characters and squeal or laugh at them and think, how could you ever say that, you silly goose? On another note, I plan on sharing my favorite quotes with you all in the future, but I digress. Go back and read your quotes, friends. Gather them, write them down on pieces of paper, and stick them in a jar. Whenever you want, whether you feel motivated to write or not, take out one, like a nice piece of candy, and eat it. Figuratively speaking, of course. And think of it this way. The more you write, the more you can add to that cute jar. I was going to say cute little jar, but it won't be little because by continuing to watch this video, you hereby declare, no, scratch that, you swear the oath that you will continue writing that amazing story of yours. I'll slow down a little bit because I feel like I'm talking a little fast. Thing number 3, walking into a bookstore. Not only does the scent of a bookstore entice the average writer, but it also puts a pep in their writing step. If you're in a Barnes & Noble's, come on, you know what I'm talking about. There's a cafe where you can buy a drink or a pastry and sit down and soak in those writer vibes while you compose a masterpiece like Mozart and Moonlight Sonata. Side note, remember to charge your laptop beforehand because of the outlet shortage. This one doesn't need much explanation. I go to bookstores, you should go to bookstores, even a cafe will do. Thing number 4, collecting gadgets and gizmos aplenty. One thing to note is that I'm a person afraid of object permanence. That sounds a bit weird and very philosophical, let me rephrase. Specifically when it comes to choosing my stickers to put on my laptop, I think long and hard about where I'm going to place them, because those precious Disney princess stickers aren't going to come off all in one piece when they're done. Even though I'm not going to save them after I rip them off, it still matters, and to me, placement matters too. Maybe it's the significance the stickers bring. The last stickers I had on my laptop were sci-fi themed because I loved sci-fi everything and was writing sci-fi poems and stories. Speaking of, check out my AI finishes my sci-fi novel video for my most embarrassing sci-fi read. I took off those stickers because I've been converted to fantasy thanks to Game of Thrones and literally every fantasy thing ever. Now I pride myself in collecting pirate, sword, and dragon stickers. Hobby Lobby is a great place to collect those things and also collect sword necklaces, sword charms, decorative elf ears, and cute little potion bottles. Whether they be drawings or purchased trinkets, I surround myself in a space that not just inspires me to write, but gives me comfort. When I can't be at a bookish place, I'm home, and when my stingray plushie with his adorable tuft of hair stares me down, I know I cannot fail him. I must finish the story. Thing number 5, listening to instrumentals. Finally, I've talked about this a little bit in my writing vlog, which I will put here because today is a plug my channel type of day. But listening to music, particularly instrumental music, gets me in a writing mood. And it doesn't always have to be when I've already sat down to write. It can be when I'm driving home from work or school and have exhausted my pop music playlist. It's funny because you'll catch me doing a dramatic switch from Gracie Abrams to Valse Sentimentale Op 51 number 6. I don't know if I said that right, but that's in my playlist. I have a single playlist with all my writing music for all different types of scenes. Almost kisses, being chased by a giant tree monster, or getting strung up by one's heels and robbed by a band of misfit pirates. Bridgerton violin covers are also in the mix, and so are violin instrumentals of popular songs, Sabrina Carpenter included, obviously, as well as some bardish music, Disney music, epic music, Shrek classics, you name it. Also, don't just name it, and let me know if you want me to share this playlist. It totally immerses me in the story and gets me thinking about what will happen next in my writing. So, what'd you think? Are we writing twinsies with the same writing rituals, or are we polar opposites, classic book enemy style? Also, I'm very curious about your get into writing habits. Let me know in the comments and give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already to get involved. Until next time, writer buddies, bye-bye! Particularly, and getting strung up on one's heels by robbed pirate band of misfits. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye.